Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back to another video of mine. It's been a long time since I've done a video like this, but I figure now would be a good time to make another one of these great Google Maps videos that I sometimes do, or Google Earth videos that I sometimes do. Now, I'm not actually using Google Earth right now. I'm actually using a different software known as Scribble Maps, which is something I used to use a lot when I was younger. And I never realized it, but Scribble Maps can actually be used really effectively when trying to figure out roller coaster layouts and planning for where roller coasters might go. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about Kings Island, in my opinion, my favorite park and the park that I think is the best in the world. And we're going to be talking about what is Kings Island going to be replacing Vortex with, which is the plot of land. Hold on, let me get rid of that. The plot of land that I'm looking at right now. Now, you may be asking yourself, wait a minute, Wes, didn't you already make a video like this like 3 years ago? And you would be correct if you, or 4 years ago. I can't even remember. And you'd be correct if you thought that, because I did indeed make a video way back when I still sounded kind of like this. Um, and I'm not gonna lie, that video was very terrible. So we are gonna go back and do a way better version. And unlike that other video where I was just throwing out guesses, what we're gonna do in this video is I'm gonna predict exactly what roller coaster Kings Island is gonna be getting, and if this is indeed what Kings Island is going to be getting in the next year, next 2 years, maybe even 3 years. Hopefully not 3 years. Hopefully 2 years. Kings Island tends to release a new roller coaster once every 3 to 4 years. They're very on tight with that schedule, unlike another certain Ohio theme park, Cedar. Okay. But anyway, so you may be asking yourself, all right, so Wes, what ride do you think Kings Island's going to replace Vortex? Because Vortex, this is a big plot of land. Vortex took up a lot of land. We have a lot of space to work with in actuality. As you can see, there's a racer and there's Orion in the corner. We got a lot of space for reference. We got a lot of space. So, what kind of roller coaster is Kings Island going to be putting in this land? Well, I think it's going. Listen, as much as I hate these kinds of roller coasters, Cedar Fair, which is now owned by Six Flags, but for continuity purposes, I'm just going to continue to refer to them as Cedar Fair. Cedar Fair loves B&M Dive Coasters. I hate B&M Dive Coasters, but Cedar Fair loves them. They're not that hard to create. They don't cost all that much, and they're a big draw for the general public because the general public loves hanging over the edge and falling down the drop, even though you don't get any airtime anymore. But hey, it's the general public. What are you going to do? So now that I have told you what I think Kings Island is going to get, we're going to draw the layout for this B&M dive coaster and what I think it's going to be. So first, we got to start it off, obviously, with the station. So I think the station is going to be almost in the exact same spot that the Vortex station was. By the way, this isn't going to be exactly to scale. Obviously, I'm just drawing with a mouse, and as we all know, if you draw with a mouse, you're cooked. Um, but I don't have one of those like pens that you can draw on a tab, and I'm just using a mouse. You're just gonna have to deal with it, okay? Okay, so that's gonna be where the station is, and we're gonna fill this guy in real quick. Oh yeah. Now this is the first time I've used Scribble Maps in a long time, so if I make a couple mistakes, bear with me, please. So that's the station. So I think that this is gonna follow the other Cedar Fair B&M dive coaster trends of only having 8 seats per row, having 3 rows, similar to Valraven and Yukon Striker. Almost forgot. Uh, so I think it's going to be like that, and there will probably be 3 trains. So here we go. Well, obviously, we're going to start. Now, I think the liftoff. I think the lift hill is going to be just a straight shot out. So here's what we're going to do. So lift hill is going to start. It's going to be closer to this side. And the lift hill is going to go right about till there. Lift hill is probably going to have to be very steep because we don't want to, obviously we don't want to hit the beast because the beast is perfect. So that's that. And so now that we've done that, what we're going to do is then it's going to turn that way. I think it's going to turn like that. There we go. Not like that. That is not what I wanted to do. Yeah, it's gonna go all the way out there, guys. So then we're gonna make. I think we're just gonna make a simple 90-degree right hand turn, similar to Valraven, and then we're gonna. This is gonna be where the drop is. So basically, it's gonna be the exact same as the original Vortex. Now. I want to preface the rest of this by saying that this is what I hope will happen. This is what I do not think will happen. It's what I hope will happen. And hold on, there's a little guy over there. This is what I hope Kings Island does. Now, I will give you what I think they're going to do at the end, but this first one is what I hope they're going to do. So, and I'm still going to keep it realistic, okay? I'm not going to be like, okay, so then we got 40 million airtime hills and 69 inversions and like no. I'm going to keep it realistic for now. But this is still what I hope Kings Island will do with the layout. So here we go. So it's going to go. Obviously, this is the drop. We're going to go forward. And because this is a B&M dive coaster, unfortunately, I do have to include the stupid Immelman. So there's going to be a big Immelman that I think is going to twist this way, back towards the station. Now, what I hope they'll do is that now I'm not going to include any airtime hills because, like I said, it's a B&M dive coaster, and because they have the vest restraints, you're not going to get any airtime anyway. So I'm not even going to waste time on it. Excuse me. So what I think next they're going to do, hopefully we're going to go into pretend that this is a 0G roll right here, like kind of like the one on Valraven. Then after that, hopefully what I'd like to see is, because you can't see it right now because it's a 2D image, but this area is very hilly. So hopefully it'll go down and we'll have a tight helix. And then what I think will happen is it'll bring back over here. And this is where the brake run will be. So you're going to see this go under. That's because it's the brake run. Then you have your traditional B&M second drop. So here's the drop. It's going to turn right. Then hopefully we'll do either another 0G roll or barrel roll, or maybe even a vertical loop like Yukon Striker. And then we're going to twist back around. This is going to go under, by the way. If you ever see them cross, they're going under. It's going to go under. Then hopefully I think it'll rise up, do a pretty cool. What I'd like is to see something similar to what's on Banshee over there. What is on hold on, we can actually head over here. So you guys know this element at the end, the slow 0G roll. That's kind of what I'd like to see on this new dive coaster. So we'll have that. Then it'll curve around into the brake run. This is the brake run. Then it'll curve and we'll come back to the station. There you go. That is my desired layout for this new B&M dive coaster. Now, we're going to get rid of all of this because now we're going to go into what I actually think is what's going to happen. Now, here's what I think I don't think the actual layout will be like extremely different from what I put out, but I think it'll be a little different. So we're just going to lazily put the station back in there. Yeah, we don't have to worry. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, boom. So here we go. So I think it's going to follow the same initial thing that I had, and it's going to still have the Immelman. Here's what I think they're going to do. They're going to add an unnecessary airtime hill. It's Cedar Fair and B&M. Okay, for some reason, Cedar Fair loves adding pointless airtime hills on roller coasters with the B&M vest restraints. Like, airtime hills on a coaster with the B&M vest restraints is so pointless. It's so counterintuitive because you don't feel any airtime with those god awful B&M vest restraints. It's ridiculous. I don't know why B&M thinks that this is a good idea. I think they'll still do the helix, but then I think they're going to turn around and go into the brake run immediately. Then they might have a loop if we're lucky. Then it'll probably go into a pointless airtime hill, maybe a 0G roll, and then up into the brake run, and then it'll turn right and go back into the station. So that's what I think is actually going. If Kings Island does go this route, and I'm not insulting Kings Island here. I'm not saying that Kings Island don't know how to design roller coasters. Like, I'm just an idiot, okay? I'm just an idiot, and I'm not trying to tell Kings Island, who clearly knows what they're doing, how to design their own roller coasters. So that's not what I'm telling Kings Island to do at all. All that I'm saying is that I think that's what it's gonna be like, and unfortunately, because the GP are the GP, they'll eat it up, they'll love it, they'll absolutely adore it, even though it's so bad, it's so horrible, it makes me wanna die. Um, so there you go. But because it's the GP, they'll just fall in love with it. They will just fall in love with it because of the GP. So anyway, that was the video I wanted to put out. So there you go, guys. That's what I think King Zion will be doing. I don't know if they'll be doing this in 2026 or 2027, but either way, they'll probably be doing it. And like I said, I hate B&M dive coasters, but because the GP loves them, they're going to put it in. Because let's be real here, fellow enthusiasts. Parks do not care about us. If Parks cared about what we thought, we would have had a 500-foot RMC Giga Coaster with 420 airtime hills, 69 inversions, and it would be located on the side of the Grand Canyon, and it would have a theme to all of the first 6 Star Wars films. Because as we know, those are the only Star Wars films to exist. Oh, yeah. Anyway, though, so that's going to be it for today. Yeah, that's all I've got. I will see you guys in the next video. See ya.